The Hespar. Normal attack or heavy attack? You could be using this one wrong. Hello, my fine villains and lovely villainesses. Today, I say you're all using the Hespar wrong. But you know what? We're going to be going over it, so help a villain out, and let's get started. Alright, so you guys currently see my lovely Mirage, and yes, I'm using the new skin because screw you, why the hell not? And as you can see, I didn't get the one with the skin for the Hellspar, but I do like it. Alright, let's get into what you really came for, the builds. So today I definitely went with two builds, and I'll even show you my personal build, and I'll make my argument as to why I think you should be using the Hespar as a heavy attack only. Let's get on into this. Alright, so today I'm going to be starting off with a normal attack build, and honestly I think this is one that everyone can actually make on their own. Everything you can see right now is something you can get yourself pretty easily and farm pretty quickly. So as you can see, we have Blood Rush and Weeping Wounds, which you can get off of Demos, as well as, I want to say, Condition Overload if you just go out in the outside world and do that stuff. I don't remember exactly, but I remember getting a boatload of them, so don't worry about it. Alright, but yes, you will definitely want to have that. I don't really care much for the normal attack, and it's not because the damage falls off. If you do this right, the damage actually isn't bad. I'm going more along the lines for Gale Force Dawn, the stance. Because of those wide slashes and heavy strikes, I kind of feel like it's either attacking too much but moving too forward, or it's not attacking enough and it's really slow. So I really don't care for the normal. Am I saying you should never use it? No, but I am saying you probably feel a hell of a lot better using this as a heavy attack weapon. But as you can see on screen, yes, I've used it for a good little bit, and your results may vary depending on what builds you're going to be using, because this is a weapon. But we're going to go over to the heavy attack build now. This is something you're going to need to get into the galvanized mods for, and you will also need to get the Amalgam Organ Shatter. Now where you get that one, there is one particular, I want to say monthly event that always pops up. It's the one over in the Orvalis. Just make sure you do it, get the thing, don't worry about it. But the reason why I am putting all my chips into the heavy attack is because if you go down to heavy attack, you got that 3 times. And already I'm doing at least a good 21,000. That's 3 times 21,000, and that's not including and not limited to crit chance and crit multiplier. But yes, I also did put the galvanized mods on there, and that's because your combo count is gonna skyrocket. You're gonna get to about 6 times, and that's gonna be making your attacks hit even harder. Now, whatever arcanes you want to put on, you can totally go for it. Honestly, if you even wanted to, you could use this one, and you could do a mixture of the two, and then that way, when you just hit super hard. But that's entirely up to you. I kind of like melee duplicate, just because that second one is gonna definitely, when it hits, it's gonna hit hard. Now, my personal preferential build is going to be this one, and the only reason why is because, one, I have my very own Riven for it. I think this one's pretty good for the time being. I might re-roll this one a few times, see where it goes, but so far I think melee damage and range is perfect. If I wanted to get up initial combo count a little more, it's going to be a little harder, just because everything after 6 times is going to multiply even higher. So if I get, I don't know, maybe another 100, 200 or something like that, maybe we'll talk about it. 7 times would be awesome, but I kind of like this one because I put Magnetic Rush on, and you can get that in the new area, but I put Magnetic Rush on because of one thing and one thing only: Overguard. And just so you guys know, magnetic status will be doing more damage to Overguard. That's why I'm putting it on there. Now, the other thing I will say is with that magnetic rush on there and that magnetic damage on there as well, I do want to put on melee vortex, because when I put it on there, kills affected by magnetic status have a chance to pull additional enemies towards me. So I can group up enemies and heavy attack them a little easier. Now, if you aren't facing a lot of enemies that have overguard, I would then probably take magnetic rush out for something along the lines of either maybe some radiation, depending on what kind of enemy you're going against, maybe an increase to electrical, that's entirely up to you, or corrupt charge so that you get that initial combo back up to 6 times, because as of right now this will not count as 6, this will count as 5 times. So if you aren't facing any enemies that have a whole heap in hell of a lot of overguard, like the Tech Rot and or the Skuldra, I would then put corrupt charge on if you're using this particular build with a Riven. But whatever Riven you do put on is entirely up to you. But I will also say, because this Riven does have electricity on it as is, if you really wanted to, you could also put melee influence. That way you'd be able to spread the viral status, and then all enemies around you would be able to get just obliterated, because you'd be putting a lot more stacks of that on there. Honestly, if I really want to, I could just do that. Boom. Yeah, your damage is going to go down a little bit, but you know what? You're still hitting those 3 times, which is still very nice. Anyways, I don't want to keep on ranting and raving. Thank you for watching. Stay villainous, take care, and goodbye.